Right, hello guys, this is Angelos, aka Pule230688, and I have not said that in quite a while. Okay, so I thought it's just about time I make a video. I've had a few, things that I needed to work out. That's why I haven't really been making any videos, been quite busy. So I got some free time today, and I feel in a chirpy, tip-top, spiffing mood. So I thought I might as well make a video, and I might as well make it on Shogun. Woo! Okay, so Shogun isn't exactly a new game anymore, so I don't really need to explain the mechanics behind this game, because I'm quite sure a lot of people who view any of the vids on my channel would have seen vids elsewhere. So, right, I've been playing this for a while actually. It's just that it's just very unstable on my PC. It either freezes or crashes. And a lot of things that happen on here. The graphics freeze completely, and I have to restart the PC, and that overheats my graphics card, and then the whole world ends. So I haven't really had the patience to play this game properly. But today I did some games with Synoptic and his clan member Sup With That, decent guy, and we did some 3v3s, and yeah, they were pretty good. I had some pretty decent replays pre-patch, but the patch corrupts everything. Like every Total War game since Empire, it's been like that. Right, I haven't bought the Iko-Wiki DLC, mainly because it sounds funny. Iko-Wiki! Hee hee hee. Right, this is my avatar. I thought I'd just show you him for the time being. I'm going to show you a little bit of this, and then I'm going to show you some replays. Okay, so this is what he looks like. I don't know quite what you would make of that, to be honest. I went with small horns, medium horns, giant horns, because that's the only way that you can go. And then gave me like this little white jacket. I can't remember where I got all these outfits from, to be honest. So yeah, that's what it looks like. That's all basically you need to see, to be honest. Yeah, I just don't need to see that. I've unlocked most of the stuff on the avatar map. I'm a level 9. Like I said, I've been playing this a while. And yeah, I mean, to me the game, it's a bit annoying that still the game is slightly broken. It's not as broken as it was a while ago, but it's still a bit broken, because like I enjoy playing team battles, right? And 2v2s, they work most of the time, but I mean what I like playing, and what a number of my friends like playing, is 3v3s and 4v4s, and for some reason most of the time they seem to crash for me, and only today have they really worked properly. So that's good, really. Okay, so I've virtually maxed out the leadership tree for my general. I find that the most effective tree to max out. You get the stand and fight ability, and you get the increased army morale. So them combined is quite useful, to be honest. And I think the melee general, the like max melee attack and then all the upgrades for the melee general, it's a bit cheap, same as the bow general, because it just seems a bit silly to me. It's a bit like the general in Rome, just totally ridiculously unkillable at times, especially the melee general. It's just a bit ridiculous. But so anyway, yeah, that's just a personal opinion of mine. I prefer the leadership general, because I like the stand and fight ability, and in the replays I'll show you I used that stand and fight ability both times, I think, or did I think I did use it in the first one. Anyway, right, so that's about that. I mean, I've got a clan up, the BW clan, but we've been trying to do the clan, the clan competition on here, but it's just not gone very well. Before the last couple of patches, it was so unstable, and we try and do it in the battle list, not the battle list, sorry, what's it called, matchmaking, and we try and do it like that, and it would just crash, and so it just wasn't working. And the only way it would seem to work is through 1v1s. I mean, if I go on here, right, this is the clan page. Once it loads, there we go. Not particularly impressive stats by us lot here. I mean, it's got me here at 0 to 0, like I've played no games, which isn't true. I've played a lot of games actually. I've played nearly 100 now, and it hasn't registered any of them for some reason, which is a bit annoying. It seems to only register 1v1s, and I've done 5 or 6 of them, but I'm not really into 1v1s, so it didn't register any of them, which is a bit annoying. It registers all the other guys, but I think these are generally all basically 1v1s. I mean, Pink's here 6 for 5, I know he's played more games than 11 games, but all his games he plays, just like me, he plays team battles, and they just don't register. So it's a bit annoying, to be honest. Right, anyway, enough of that. I'm going to show you some replays that I played earlier today. Okay, so just so you know, my computer can't run this game in like max ultra graphics and can only run it in DX9, so don't expect like super duper graphics here. I mean, this doesn't look too bad, does it, really? I'm going to show. I just remembered actually I didn't actually save the second battle, so I can only show you this one. It's a decent battle. This is the first one we played. The second one was quite funny actually. Would have made for a more interesting replay, but this one will do. Okay, so this is my army. I'm just going to show you it quickly. There's my general, named after me. I wasn't very imaginative with that general name. Okay, so this is a fairly standard army for me, but of course, because you don't see me play any battles, you won't know what standard army for me is. I have two, relatively the same armies, and then basically made up of all my veterans. Okay, so here, at the front, I have a bow ashigaru. That is just a meat shield for my two bow warrior monks, who have like one upgrade each, I think. Even though it says they got 4 chefs, but I haven't put an upgrade on for each of those chefs. Because right, okay, now I'm just going to explain this. So it says here, like, this matchlock unit, matchlock ashigaru, 7 chevrons, right? Now I know for a fact I've only spent 2 points on it. So when you see a veteran unit like that, and you see it's got 7 chevrons, that doesn't mean each one of those chefs there, each one of these little upgrade flags, isn't actually an upgrade. It's not like Rome, and a lot of people keep getting confused by that. I was actually called a cheater once for having a max, like, all these cheved units, no, like, standard units, and he thought I cheated somehow with the funds, which I hadn't. Just the fact that they're all basically standard units that I haven't upgraded very much. So I only put, like, a few upgrades on each unit. Like, let's have a look at these. For the katana units, these are the bulk of my army. I got 4 of these, all with very retarded now. I think I went for like religious names because my name's Angelos, so I went for like Gabriel's stuff and angelic something or other, but after a while I kind of got bored of that and then just didn't bother naming them. So they've all got melee attack and melee defense upgrades. Now, coupled with the retainers I was playing in this battle, which you won't actually see, which were sword upgrade retainers and melee defense for sword units. So these 4 katana units are the bulk of my army, and they do, pretty well in a little while. So, to protect my archers, I bring 2 Naginata units and a Naginata warrior monk, which I'm going to stop bringing because they've been nerfed. So the Naginata units, I've actually named one of them. Oh man, you're not going to find this funny. You're not even going to find this a good name. I called it Great Guard Ba What Great Guard. My sides are splitting because that is so funny. Well, I don't know why I called it that. I just was thinking, well, all these other people have been calling them stupid names. Why don't I call it stupid name? But even that sounds retarded. I wish I could rename it, to be honest. Okay, so and I have that 1 matchlock unit on the flank, and then I got the meat shield, and then the melee contingent behind it with my general on over there. And my cavs is all hidden in the woods in a big blob at the moment, with 1 cavalry out here. So the cavalry force I got are 2 katanas and 1 great guard. The katana cav don't have any upgrades. The great guard has 3 upgrades, if I'm not mistaken. Melee attack, charge, and melee defense. I don't know. It could be a fatigue. I don't know offhand. Okay, so the middle army here is Sup With That of the TLG clan. I think I'll post a link to his page on in this video because he's a decent guy. I quite like him. He does some really good videos as well. You might want to check him out if you haven't already. I don't really know what his army is. I'll just pan over it. Oh, he's a smart one. He's called his katana units Lone Sword Ashigaru. Mind games, you see. I didn't actually notice that. I thought they were lone swords. Bow Ashigaru. So this is basically a bit of everything, like a pick and mix army. This he'd probably say it wouldn't. He's got a warrior monk, 2 lone swords. Is that a katana or a lone sword? What have you got here? That's a katana called a lone sword, and that's a katana called a lone sword. Okay, so he's got 4 katanas in the middle, 2 naginatas, some light cav, some yari cav, some great guards, some matchlocks, and then on the far right is Sino's army. which is just a bloody flipping God knows what. I saw his army before he was going into this. Like lone swords. He's got another pick and mix army. Yari samurai, Naginata samurai. He's got one bow warrior monk, some bow ashigaru, a bow samurai. You know, it's a bit of everything. And yeah, that's about that. Right, so our guys are gonna like sort of sit on this hill to start with. They won't stay here. Well, this guy will, I think, or will he? No, the blue guy stays here. That's the blue guy. This is his flag. He'll stay here. Then this white guy and the other big blue flagged guy, which that is very bright blue flag. They will gang up and rush at me, and I'll run away like a coward. You'll see that later on. Yeah, I'm just going to show you my guys' army for now. It's all their armies are all just, you know, they're all a bit of everything, to be honest. I might. Yeah, I know what I'll do. I'll tell you what. I'll just flip put all the armies in a, like I used to do with the Napoleon videos. Put like a list of their units if you're interested in it. They're all different, so it'll take me ages just to go through them all. Right. So what's going to happen now is my bow warrior. For some reason, I did not put the bow ashigaru meat shield in front of my bow warrior monks. Something I noticed in the replay, and then. So you can imagine what's going to happen. My bow warrior monks are going to get twatted, and my meat shield is going to remain intact. Go. So you're going to watch my most expensive units get slaughtered, and the cheap peasants are going to survive. I didn't have my thinking cap on there particularly. Okay, so Sino sent some cav over to help me because he was saying that he's not going to attack that hill, and he says the only option is to come round over here. So he's going to back up any movements I make on this side. And for now, we're going to start a huge staring contest that's going to last a couple of minutes until one of us makes a move. And I'll stop recording until actually something happens, I think. Actually, this bit's quite funny. Watch this, right? He's got a bow general here, and he's teasing my matchlock men, and this is the second time I've run at him like this. I think this is it. Hang on. Yeah, this is it. He doesn't notice. Boom! I quite enjoyed that at the time. I kill 8 of his gen, and he doesn't do that again. I get annoyed by people doing that, like with their little bow gens. I mean, there are a lot of people who are quite good at just microing that one unit back and forth. Anyway, I kill 8 of his men, and yeah, I don't kill the gen. He's very lucky there. However, here we go. You can see my bow warrior monks got twatted because I did not put the bloody meat shield in front of the bows, like I said. So he has 3 bow warrior monks, and I think, because I can't actually see, because it's, what is that, 7 upgrades? No, not 7 upgrades, 7 chefs. So I don't know how many upgrades he's got. He could have anything from 1 to 7. 5 upgrade, 5 chefs and 5 chefs. So they could be highly upgraded bow monks for all I know, because even though I was at 2 to 3 outnumbered there, I got absolutely nailed there. So I don't know what happened. Probably a tit. So my matchlocks did their job. He's going to shoot at them, and I'm going to steadily creep back because the white guy's sending all of his army over, as you can see, and the blue guy's repositioning onto the hill to stop Sino. So what it's going to be, it's just like the second battle we played this. We did it, and it was a similar tactic was employed. 2 of them tried to gang up on one of us, and whoever that one was who was getting ganged up on just ran off, and just let them get all out of formation. You'll see what happens in a little bit. So I'm just going to sit here for a while, and I'm going to steadily pull back, you know, out of range of all of his men. Because if I engage this, I'm just getting to get twatted, because he has 3 archers here, backed up by all the white guy's archers coming over. It's another 4 archers, and all of it, no, 5 archers, all the cav. If I engage that, I'd be dead. Even if Sup helped me, I'd still be killed. Because Sup stretched out a long way here, you know, helping Sino and me, and holding the middle. So I'm just going to kite back. I'm going to go right back across this river and off into this wood and hide there for a little bit and see what he does. And you don't really want to watch that because that's just me running off. So I'm going to stop recording like I said I was going to. Okay, so I feigned my retreat across the river, and then my guy redeployed all of his archers and started to attack Sup with that, thinking I was just running off. But because I raced back across the river, I managed to catch his entire army out of formation. You can see the blue blob was all over the place. You can see his archers running back in, trying to get back in position with his men. He's got his spearmen all over the place. He's got his swordsmen out of position. So this is a perfect time to attack, which is exactly what I'm doing. I move up, get some volleys with my bows on his men. I've got a matchlock volley going off as well, and I'm going to charge one of my sword units then, just one alone, not with the rest of the army for now, and I'm going to try and nab his spearman. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feign a charge to get his spearman stuck. I'm going to just make some aggressive moves with this great guard. He's going to think, oh, he's trying to get me in the back, and then no, maybe not that time. And now he does. Yeah, there we go. He turns round and charges my cav. I keep, making it look like I'm charging him. Going up through my cav are my sword units, and with the rock paper scissors formula you got going on in this game, swords easily beat spears. So tying his spear units down with my sword unit, I charge straight through and hit his bow monks with my cav. Pull out as he moves his another unit spears in. So you can see now his whole force is all over the place trying to reorganise. The white guys have had to redeploy, so he's out of the way. I'm getting flanking shots with my matchlock unit on his men. And I'm getting some decent volleys in with my archers, but again I've done a stupid thing, and I did not realise this until after the game, that I had put my bow ashigaru in the wrong side of my monks, so my monks actually all die in this battle. I accidentally used a whistling arrow attack then, which actually demoralised my own men. As you can see, the little red circle over my men, didn't mean to do that, meant to press flaming arrows, pressed the wrong button. So you can see his men are all over the place. Because he's had to regroup, and I've taken advantage of this. Sup's behind his lines with a unit of light cav. Is that a unit? No, that's a unit of Yari cav that he's named light cav. Oh, he's a smart one, this guy. So we got Sino over here as well with his cav, aptly named Yari cav. That's just brilliant. So I snag another unit spearman here, which he chased after with his. He's chasing after Sino's units. Snag it with my sword unit. Sino's hammer and anvil, it'll rout. And here I do some attacks straight into his line. You can see it's all round. This is where it turns into a bloody mess, and it's very difficult to actually explain what's going on. So what I've done is I snagged all of his spear units out of position. With his spear units out of position, I did attacks on his archer units, and then basically now you're just going to witness a huge melee rush, and I'm actually going to pause it just quickly. I'm going to put my general here into last stand mode, which gives, well, you should know, most people who play this game know this, gives your men massive attack and defense and morale, I think. I don't know, but basically it makes my men never rout when he's like this, when he sits on the old stool. So with my one unit here pinning in his spear units, and he sent some Nodachis in, I hammer and anviled them with my cav that were just come back from dealing with his archers. Like I said, there's a lot to talk about, so I've had to pause it. I'm going to unpause it now. I'm flanking his main army with my spear units. Now there's no cav threatening my archers, I can move them in. Naginatas are very good against infantry. So here he sends another spear unit to try and deal with my cav. Same formula, snag it with my katana unit. Then I'm going to charge back in while it's got its back to me and rout that spear unit. And then in the middle it's just a bloody mess with my men in a huge melee with his men. It's fairly well, it's not even, because his general's dead. I think Sup killed his gen at one point. There he is. Yeah, he did boast after the game that he nabbed 2 gens, so I suppose that's one of them there. Right, so at the same time I think Sup's going to move up on the white guy. Yeah, he is. And, well, there's the blue guy. The blue guy got surrounded, his gen got killed by Sup, Sino helped with the cav, then the total and utter disorganised mess that his army was in due to the fact of my feigned rout, and then him thinking I wasn't going to come back in so fast. And when I did, his whole army just crumbled in like a matter of seconds. See how quick that was? I mean, it's very. I find it difficult to commentate on this because it's basically like, well, here's the battle beforehand, here's the mess, and here's the results. I can't really explain what's going on half the time. So I lost a lot of my katana units, but I mean that's going to happen, isn't it? I think I lost 75% of each of my katana units. They're all down to about 10 men. My Naginatas lost a lot, and my Naginata warrior monks didn't do. I forgot to press the war cry ability to lower defense. That's another thing I forgot to do in this game, which is a bit annoying. So Sup's going to move up on the white guy again. He's out of position because he's realised his flank's collapsing. So I think he's trying to pull back to the blue guy. Then he's thought, no, actually I'm going to attack Sup. So he does a huge charge before I can get in position. It's going to be a bit. I don't know what happens here actually. Let's see. Yeah, I think Sup's going to win quite easily. Actually, I didn't actually know. I thought his men might take a bit of a beating there from a no dachi charge. So he's doing what I did, flanking shots with matchlock monks and archers in the flanks. And there's my cav up behind. It's going to be a bit difficult because our flags are a bit similar. Red cav here are mine. I got my great guard and all my katana cav in there. And again, the white guy lost his general as well to Sup With Thats light Yari Great Guard. What on earth is this? Yari Cav Great Guard. Is that a Great Guard or a Yari Cav? Let's have a look. Wait, what is this? Is this a Great Guard? No, that's my Katana Cav. What is this, man? I think that's a Great Guard. So yeah, he called his Great Guard Yari Cav to basically do what it's done to me, which is to like think, what is that? You know, make your opponent wonder what it is. It's actually quite smart. So that's basically that. The white guy just completely disintegrates in about a second. His gen dies, and then it's an utter chain rout. Unfortunately, Sino, on the other hand, had a bit of a hard time. He lost his gen, and you can see how much of a mess this is, and how difficult this is to explain what's going on. So while all that was happening, Sino's guy comes off the hill to attack him and manages to nab his gen. I remember him, complaining at the time that he was losing units at about 2/3 strength, and that's because you have no general. But he says it's BS, and actually I agree with him, it is a bit BS. But yeah, we win in the end, so it doesn't really matter. So my cav comes in from helping Sup. Sup's cav's here as well. We attack the bow warrior monks shooting at Sino's guys. We also attack the matchlocks. I pull out after a charge with my katana cav because he's bringing up a unit of Ashigaru. I get a great guard charge on his gen just before he retreats into his Yaris, then I pull it out and move it up to attack the cav up here with my katanas. Now my katanas in prolonged melee will easily deal with these, whatever they are. It's a Yari cav, it's a bow warrior monks. A Yari cav charge into me. It'll damage me a bit, but yeah, it won't do much damage. Well, it damaged me a bit, but in prolonged melee like this, I'm just going to slaughter it. So you can see this little emblem here, like a tree branch blown in the wind. That's my second wind ability. I've used it on my Great Guard, so they've come into this charge fresh, and so they don't get any fatigue penalties. So it's basically quite a useful ability because it gives stamina regen to a couple of units around. I think it's 3 units. Right, so that was that. That's the end of that. That's the end of that battle, really. I don't think there's going to be a stat screen unless they fix that in a patch, because all the replays I've watched, there hasn't been a stat screen. Is there going to be a stat screen? No, it's just gonna end. So that was a fairly interesting game. The next one was a bit similar actually. 2 guys tried to gang up on Sino. Sino ran away. Me and Sup ganged the other guy. It was a bit of an archer spam, and we basically massacred them. But unfortunately, I didn't save the replay. I can't remember why I did that, probably because it was a numpty. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry I haven't brought you any videos for a while. I've been a bit busy, like I said. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry there's probably a lack of sound quality in these videos. You're not hearing the game sounds, as I imagine you want, but you're not missing much. All you're missing is mushy mush, hashaki mush, hashorada, and all that bollocks, So you're not really missing anything there. Yeah, so that'll be it for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I will try and make another video in the near future. I don't know though, we'll have to see. So I hope you enjoyed the Shogun video anyway for the time being. Adios.